Hey, what's up, guys and gals? This is so weird. This is completely different from what I'm used to because YouTube changed. Oh, look, I blend in with the background. YouTube changed the entire way of doing this live stream. And so it's a little bit strange to me. I don't even know if you guys can hear me. Oh, yeah. So it's showing, sound levels down there. Sound levels. Okay. Sound levels are good. And so, yeah, let's start this live stream. Like I said, it's a little weird. Hey, Scotty's coming in. So people are coming in. Again, this is a new format. YouTube changed the whole form of doing this. I don't know why they did that. They don't want us using another program to do the live stream. That's just so weird to me. Okay, so let me just get that out of the way then. I have my episode queued up. Hopefully you guys and gals are doing amazing on this Sunday. Ooh, water. I have my water. We are live, Adrian. Hopefully you're live. I'm live. Absolutely great. New system, new stuff that's going on. So just bear with me. It's not that it's difficult. It's just different because usually I have a different program that I stream on and then it goes to YouTube. Actually, this is a little more simplified, to be honest with you, but it is new. So I just want to make sure it's working. Okay, the only thing I want to do is hopefully you can still hear me. Okay, good. We're going to be talking about the Milton Berle hides at the Ricardos episode. I like this one. This is one of my favorites of the Lucy-Desi comedy hour. Ooh, I opened up right to it. That's perfect. Okay, Milton Berle hides out at the Ricardos. This is a September 25th, 1959 release. Now, this is the last of the 3 episodes of I Love Lucy, like ever. That is kind of crazy. Yes, Milton or Mildred, which I thought was awesome to see. Funny. Episode 11, Little Ricky, of course, played by Richard Keith. Milton Berle plays himself as well as Mildred. Mr. Watson, the secretary, and has her listed. Elvia Allman, she was in another episode, I believe. And then there were other people here. Them Their Days, they did. Yeah, it was an interesting episode. I like them hiding out in the apartment or hiding out in the country home. So that was pretty good. So hopefully everyone's doing great. It's a beautiful video. It's a beautiful video. I saw someone type video and I said video. It's a beautiful day. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, Katie. So it is lovely. It is not cloudless, but the clouds are like away and mostly it's blue. I flew yesterday. I had a flight lesson and it was beautiful. It was clear, but there were like these big cumulus clouds like on our level around 3,000 feet. And it was crazy because we have to, when you fly, you have to steer clear of the clouds. But it's really nice because they were like right next to us and we can't fly in them. But it was just like we were just right next to them and I had to avoid them a few times. It was just cool. It was very nice. Bobby, be your friend. I'm everyone's friend, of course. As part of what we do here, we are a community of people who love positivity and motivation and great TV and comedy and just great things. So absolutely. Taisha, how are you? I think I've never seen you on the live stream, so that is awesome. Kansas City, how's Kansas City? So Missouri, right? How's Kansas City, Chad? You love Mildred too, Mars? That's funny. Hey, Cassandra, so you love the phobia episode. You had no idea Lucy had those. Yeah, isn't that weird? That is crazy. She was surely incredible for putting them aside to entertain all of us. Yeah, I kind of relate to her people not being close to me or not like, I feel that claustrophobic crowdedness sometimes with people. I love one-on-ones. I don't even mind this though. It's one of those things where I like to be around people, but if I'm too crowded, I understand Lucy. Hey, Chad, awesome. The first super chat donation of the day. Thank you so much. You are a great supporter. A lot of you are great supporters, but Chad has gifted us with $4.99. What was the 3 words Vivian was recorded saying after the news of Frawley's death? Ooh, great question. The last one. Wait, well, let me see. Let's do like charades. One of them is a CH word. CH word. Oh, Arthur, crazy little brother. Those aren't the 3 words. She said something like champagne for everybody. Yes, champagne for everybody. It's kind of it goes to their feud, right? The Frawley and Vance feud. But yeah, that's great that you bring that up, Chad, because things were always not willy-nilly or the beautiful, perfect fantasy land that we think of I Love Lucy was. Lucy said that she would see the episode sometimes, or she would act them out, and she would have lovey-dovey scenes with Ricky, and she wanted that to be her real life sometimes, like when they were having issues. Because someone asked me, Rick, when did their marital problems start? It's one of those things where only they will know. You know what I mean? Like only it's between them and maybe their children. But if you're experienced with marriage or know how that happens, these up and downs can happen, but did worsen at a certain time. By this time, when we're talking about the what you call it, the Milton Berle episode, it was pretty rough by then already. Even by season 6, it was pretty apparent. And this is season 9, the end of season 9. So yes. Champagne for everyone. There we go. Another $1.99 by Chad. Wow, Chad, you are hitting it out of the park. Chad, let me know if you got your DVD. Because of your support, I sent you a free DVD. Did you get it by any chance? Did you start watching it? Did you enjoy it? All those questions. Ron English, did you say, so me, did I say last week that Lucy worked with the Three Stooges before I Love Lucy? Absolutely, I did. There's an episode or a short. It's called Three Little Pigskins. I have it on my channel. I even reviewed the whole short, and Lucille Ball's in it. So go ahead and take a look. Yes, you are correct. Ron, and yes, you do support me on Patreon. I do appreciate that. Patreon's a great way because you guys get perks too. You guys, I think it's the minimum is like $1 a month. Like $1 a month, that's nuts. That is like what, a few cents a day. And basically you get a lot of perks. You get thumbnails. I also do about a monthly video just that I never put on YouTube. So there's a lot of stuff. A lot of the details are there. Taisha, you're new. Champagne for everybody. Oh, and you enjoyed it? How'd you like them? How'd you like what is it called? The Lucy show. Did you like the Lucy show? I'm sure you've seen them, right? But they were pretty good ones. They were like hand-picked. They picked some of the pretty good ones. Awesome. I'm glad you got them. And then Thea, right? Thea as well. Hopefully she got her DVDs. I've not been told. Casey, how are you? You watch my videos, but first you're chatting. When that's awesome. Yeah, Eric. I've been asked about this, about Cate Blanchett playing Lucille Ball. I think Cate Blanchett is an awesome actress. I think she works. Do I think she's the perfect Lucille Ball? No, but I think Cate Blanchett will surprise us, or she will do a really good job. She really surprised me in The Aviator, where she played Katharine Hepburn. She was awesome in that. Like, look at this. I'm camouflaged. It's like a floating head because this matches with that. Yeah. Okay, let me see. I lose my place all the time. Arthur, so something had to have happened for them to have that kind of hate for each other. Something did. It has to do with the difference in age, but there's much more to that. You should really watch my video if you haven't yet, Arthur, because I go over all the details of their feud, the things I got upset over. Oh, I think allergies. Spring is coming, so my nose is itchy. Your 10 and 5-year-old laughed a lot. Awesome. I'm happy to hear that. Oh, that's so great. I'm glad it went to good use. And I hope hopefully you watch it and they watch it over and over. Hopefully when you're doing something and the kids are like, we're bored, we want to put something in, they pop in the DVD. That'd be so great. Denise, how are you? Nice to see you. Desi, yeah, Desi would be hard. I don't know. I think you really got to pick a good actor. I don't even care if he's Cuban, because I think a lot of people's like, okay, Lucy needs to be looking like Lucy. I don't care if they pick a non-Cuban, like being part Latino. I don't care if they pick someone that's not Cuban for Desi. As long as he can act and he can do the accent, then I think it's good. And there's a lot of things. Yeah, my dog is barking at people. Just ignore him. He's crazy. Hello, Hannah. How are you? Who do you think would make a good Lucy? See, that's the thing. Whenever someone says, I don't think she would be the perfect Lucy, then who do you think? See, I don't know. I'm really big into casting unknowns. Like, I think a lot of people are very able to say, oh, okay, this, who would play Milton Berle, let's say. It's like, oh yeah, let's pick Josh Brolin, or all these popular people, and I think that's good. But I love to see someone who's unknown, who comes into casting, who's really talented, and I think that adds to the allure of the person. Like, they kind of disappear into the character. If you guys haven't seen Black Panther, I enjoyed the film, and I like Chadwick Boseman. Like, I'm glad they didn't pick like Will Smith, or they didn't pick like a big name to play him, because I don't know, it seems like they take on the character of the individual, or the actor takes on the character. So yeah, that's just me. So Ron, you watched an interview of Lucy-Desi with Gary Marshall sitting next to her, and she blatantly called Desi a loser. Yep. I've seen that. Yep. You're right. What's your favorite Lucy-Desi comedy hour? Ooh, that's a good one. Oh man, that's a great question. I just want to make sure I don't miss any. Let me just say, I love a lot of them. Okay. But if I had to pick, can I pick two? You asked me one. Okay. I love the uranium one. I really love the uranium one. I love that concept of the chase. Second place would be the summer vacation. Third would be the Milton Berle one, because I love Milton Berle. But the other ones are great. I love Make Room for Danny. I love the Havana one. I love the Celebrity Next Door, the horse race. Like, I love most of them. The only one I really don't like, the two, are the Japan one, the next one, and Mustache. I didn't like those much. The career one was all right. Yes. So hopefully that answers it. I'm with you, Katie. Like, I feel the same way. I love to see unknowns, because you get to see more talented actors. Yes, and they give jobs to more people. But I mean, if someone's talented for it, put them in there, right? I'm all for that. But I think that sometimes we struggle to find the perfect match of already famous people. But again, when we pick someone unknown that like matches it perfectly, go with them. I know studios are like a little scared to do that, because it's like putting all of the money and trust into one person who may not do a good job. But you test them, you make them go through all the struggles, and you test them to see if they're the right for the part. If they're not, move on. I could play Ricky Ricardo. I don't think I can do the accent. I'd have to really work on that accent, but thank you. I do little Ricky. I'm a little older. So Randy, you liked my Pirates of the Caribbean review. Well, thank you. And you totally agree. It wasn't nearly as good as the first one, but still enjoyable. Yeah, I think I'm going to watch the last one, the most recent one with Javier Bardem, review that one, and then go back to one, so I can do all of them, because I enjoy the Pirates of the Caribbean whole saga. I like them. They're fun. I was always a pirate guy myself. Like, I love pirates. Arr. Do you remember the 03 biopic movie as Desi? Yeah, I didn't like that one that much, Eric, to be honest with you. There was a lot of focus on like their divorce, and like there was a lot more negative than positive on it. And I know they went through a lot of negative times, but it was almost like their whole marriage is like horrible, and I don't know. I don't think that's a great reflection of what it was, my opinion. I could be wrong. But then again, Lucy Arnaz, the daughter of Lucy and Desi, kind of agreed in that aspect. She agreed that it wasn't really representative of who they were. So, hello, Super Cyan. I don't know about genius. I'll take professor, because I was a teacher at some time. At some point, junior professor. Lucy never did vaudeville, did she? That's a great question. I don't think that was her time, because she was born 1911. She was influenced by vaudeville. She did like vaudeville. No, well, she did vaudeville technically with Desi. Like, they had a vaudeville type act, which was the one, it's called The Audition. It's the one that appeared in the pilot, which never aired until recently. And then they remade it into the Audition episode. So it was a vaudeville type act. So yes, for the most part, to answer your question. So Bobby, you like Tallulah and Tommy, Danny Thomas. Hannah, I was actually at the I Love Lucy on stage. I was at the first one here in Los Angeles on Fairfax Street. It was amazing. I think it was the coolest thing ever. It might have even reignited my love of Lucy again. Yeah, the Japan one was weird. I think there was just a lot of issues going on behind the scenes. Yeah, the mustache, I really refrain from watching that, Casey. I don't like that episode. It's like the last one. It's yes, I don't care for it. I'll just leave it at that. Milton Berle's episode, he dresses in drag. Desi and Lucy are on that bucket swinging, right? What else? He hides out at the apartment, which I do love. And Desi's hilarious because he gets upset the whole time. I like when he gets upset. That's pretty funny to me. I like Betty Davis. I think her eyes are awesome, Scotty, but I really haven't seen a lot of her work, to be honest with you. Yep. A lot of people decide to smoke to play parts and stuff. I don't know if I would do that myself. A lot of people also fake it. There are these fake cigarettes that have the smoke coming out. You know, it is what it is. There's ways you can act around that, I guess. Thank you, Hannah. You liked the last video. You didn't know about her and her phobias. Arthur, great point. You have a great point there. So, Brad, you saw my recent Gilligan's Island video. I love Gilligan's Island. I want to start making more Gilligan's Island content. I love Sherwood Schwartz. I think he was amazing. I was never a fan of the Brady Bunch. He did a couple other shows as well. I'm trying to think what they are. But I think not to say that the Brady Bunch is it was just not my style of show. But I think Gilligan's Island to me was my favorite for sure. My content speaks for itself. I like that. I'm glad that my content is on its own. That was great. Well, thank you, Torres. I appreciate that too, that you appreciate that I do. Yeah, it keeps going. But yeah, no, I'm glad because sometimes we watch these shows, we get so into them, and then we want to know about what's going on behind the scenes. They're really cool stories. There's really cool Gilligan Island stories about two in the cast who were really big golfers, and they had a golf off like behind the scenes. Like it was amazing. And so I'm gonna make a video on that, I'm sure, in the near future. Milton Berle was hilarious. Long Trailer is fairly good. It wasn't my favorite, but it was fairly good. Were Lucy and Desi friends with George and Gracie? Who do you mean by George and Gracie? Last name? Have I memorized the bonus buck number? Oh, you did. Oh, man. What's the number? Tell me what the number is. Was Bill Frawley ever married? Great question. Great question, Chris. He was married earlier on, I think in the 30s. I think in the 30s, 20s to 30s, somewhere in there. But obviously ended, and then he never had kids. And he never got married again. So it was almost like people say he was a lifelong bachelor because he wasn't married for that long, and then he just never got married again. So yes, no children. But I believe he had nephews, if I'm not mistaken. And that's the ones who hold his estate. Believe it or not, Bill Frawley, because of his contract, is still making money off of his residuals. Of course, he's deceased, but there's still money coming in from the airing of I Love Lucy. Vivian Vance didn't have the same luck. And so his estate is still making money. They're still receiving checks. Isn't that nuts? Casey, you saw it in Chicago, the I Love Lucy live. Why did Lucy's voice get so low? Smoking. Yep. Quick answer. Smoking. Yep. Wow, these comments are going on so fast. I'm trying to catch them, guys and gals. If I happen to miss any, I apologize. But sometimes the comments, I have it on slow, by the way. So they go up and sometimes I miss them. But if you don't want me to miss your comment, then a great way to do that is super chat. But of course, we're trying to keep this all PC, all very general. Not PC, meaning PG. That's what I meant to say. And I'm trying to keep it adult and educational as much as possible. I have watched the Andy Griffith Show. Brad, great idea. I definitely have a lot of ideas written down. So stay tuned. We'll see what happens. Casey, no, I learn stuff all the time. Believe it or not, I don't know everything, guys and gals. So no, I've heard of George and Gracie Burns, George Burns. Lucy was great friends with George Burns. I do know that. I don't know much about Gracie, to be honest with you. That's why you guys teach me stuff all the time, and then I learn. So definitely. You love the new Gilligan's Island lagoon video. You forgot who you say the lagoon was turned into a parking. Yeah, it was turned into a parking lot. Yep. Yep. And now I believe there's a building there. It's called the Lagoon Building. I looked it up. It's pretty crazy to think about. My brother went there recently. He was invited over and he did this thing over there. It was great. I was like, "You're on Gilligan's Island," and he's like, "Oh, be quiet." Poland here. Whoa, you're from Poland, Kasia? Really? Are you from Poland? What city in Poland are you from? You won't bill for all these lawyers. He did pretty good. I mean, he's deceased. He's been deceased for what? Over 50 years and he's still making money. Like, that is nuts. Dawn Wells as well, to let you know, Dawn Wells, Marianne, she is still making, one of the very few still making money off of Gilligan's Island, residual checks. Let me just tell you right there. Oh my gosh, Hannah, you memorized the number on the bill for bonus flex. That's awesome. That's more than me. That is more than I could have ever done. Maybe I got to memorize it now. That is awesome. Torres, you love the fact that I'm so young. I love the fact that I'm so young. No, I feel like I'm getting old. And I love the favorite shows. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Cassie, I have a nice voice. Well, thank you. I was born with it. Thank my parents, my DNA, luck. It's funny because a lot of you give me great compliments about my voice, and I appreciate that. But I as well get polarizing comments, people that hate my voice. And I'm like, it is what it is. It's my voice. I mean, I could change it. I can make it high pitch, but that's not my real voice. So yeah. I do like British comedy. I do love Mr. Bean. I do love Benny Hill. He's a little bit more risque though. But yes. Absolutely, Casey. Never stop learning. I'm gonna be, if I hopefully reach to 99 years old, still be learning, still learn new things. So yes. Ooh, wow. You're from the city of, well, I don't know how to say that correctly. Wroclaw. Looks like Wroclaw, but I'm sure that's not how you say it. But that's awesome. Well, greetings from the US to Poland. That is awesome. You're my first person from Poland. I've had France, Poland, England for sure. I've had Brazil. These are just ones I can think about. Canada for sure. I have a big Canadian audience. I have a big Australian audience, big UK audience, big US audience. It's my biggest audience. Casey, does your brother ignore you when you start fanboying? Oh yeah, all the time. He purposely hates the shows that I love because I love them so much. So yeah, I can't talk to him about anything. So I do want to remind everyone that this is a channel where everyone is welcome. Everyone and their interests on Lucy, on any of the shows, aviation, anything that I do, everyone's welcome here. And that's what I want to make this platform. Thirsty. So Ron English, as I recall, George Burns and Gracie Allen and I Love Lucy were back-to-back Monday on CBS. Jack Benny was on Tuesday. Well, I know Jack Benny and Lucy were great friends. They appeared on each other's show once, so that was really cool. Arthur, did the Three Stooges ever do anything on Lucy? I know nothing like guest starring, but like Shep playing a waiter in the club or Larry Honey. No, nothing like that. That's a great question. So never, from what I know, the Stooges, nope, on Lucy. Lucy made it wasn't even a guest star because she wasn't big. She was 23 years old at the time, and the Stooges were just starting. It was like their fourth short, I think. Third or fourth. And she appeared in that. They played like football players kind of thing, and they were crazy. I have the episode on my channel. And Lucy, from what I know, so I was interviewed recently by Stephen Dale. He is I believe, a radio announcer, WBN from Chicago, and he told me that he met with Lucy, talked with her, and Lucy didn't even remember that she was on the Stooges, like that she appeared on there, because like at that time you just take whatever job and you do your thing and you move on, and she doesn't even remember that, and that was nuts. Have you noticed that I Love Lucy cartoon characters on Little Ricky's Crib? Yes, I have, and they're on the original opening, so that's kind of cool. Where do you learn all of this? I read a lot, Hannah. You know how they say, stay in school, read, or wait, stay in school, read. How does it go? Always read? I don't know. Just read. I read, watch interviews. I hunt for this information. There's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes that you guys never see. You guys see a 5-minute video, but most people don't see that it might have taken a week of research and then a day of editing, maybe 6 hours or so to make like a 5-minute video. Believe it or not. Yeah. Yep. So where do you live? Southern California. Where are you from? Southern California. When you visit Poland, I don't know. Please invite me to Poland. I've never been to Europe, believe it or not. I really want to go. I just never been there. I've been to Asia. I've been to South America, of course, North America. I've been to a lot of countries, but I've never been to Africa, Europe, or Australia. I really want to go to Australia, though. Have I ever seen You Are Being Served? It's a fantastic British comedy in the 70s. No, it sounds something about like court, right? Being served papers to go to court. Yes. Excuse me. Oh, Brad, great question. Man, you guys asked the greatest questions. Oh, Milton Berle's coming in with this fake mustache. It's great. Are there any I Love Lucy episodes you cannot stand? Yes. The Last Birthday. I can't stand Lucy crying in that entire episode and her thinking that no one loves her. I know it has a great ending, but it's not my favorite. Scotland one, it's not like I can't stand it, but it's weird. You know which other one I really don't like? Ricky's Old Girlfriend. This is the one where Lucy thinks that like he's cheating on her, quote unquote, with this girlfriend, and he makes her up, Carlotta Romero, and then she has this dream where it's like Carlotta and she's beautiful, and then Lucy's like homeless. Like, I don't like that. That's just creepy to me. Lucy and looking like an old lady. And then her like biting on the button. I don't know. That's just weird to me. And then the woman coming, Ricky leaving. I don't know. I don't like that whole thing. But yeah, those are the main three. But I would think Ricky's Old Girlfriend, and Last Birthday I don't really like too much. Yep, Super Saiyan, you're correct. Lucy was in Three Little Pigskins. You are correct. Three Stooges short. Wow, there's almost 50 people on here live right now. That is awesome. People come in and out. But this is pretty much the peak right now, 50 people. That is nuts. And don't forget to leave a thumbs up. It does help out. 50, there's 50 people. That's awesome. You've never been out of the US. Well, you should eventually. You should see how the world is and what's going on there. Have you read Sherwood Schwartz's book? Great question, Yolanda. I'm reading it currently right now. That's how I got the information for The Lagoon. In case you didn't know. Oh, wait, excuse me. No, that was Russell Johnson. Excuse me. Sherwood Schwartz, I'm preparing for it. Yes, another thing. Yeah. I researched a lot of videos at once, and then a video comes out. So now I'm already mentally working on my next Gilligan's Island video, which should come out soon. So, yes. Oh, I'm sure, Kasia, is that how you say your name? Poland's beautiful. I want to visit the sites. Poland, big John Paul II stuff, big concentration camps. I want to visit that. I've a World War II like nut, and so I would want to see that, experience that. It must be insane to, walk through those doors. Randy, any idea how many celebrity cameos are on I Love Lucy-Desi? I can't give you a number, unfortunately. I haven't tallied it up because there will always be arguments. That's the problem, Randy. Like if I say Bob Carroll Jr., that's a celebrity cameo. Some people are like, well, he's not really a celebrity. Well, people know him. To us, he's a celebrity, right? Because we're big fans. But to someone who's casually watching I Love Lucy, they'll be like, that's not a celebrity. There would be a disagreement if Tennessee Ernie Ford was a celebrity. He was a minor celebrity. He was a singer, and he appeared on I Love Lucy. He was technically the first celebrity on the show. Ricky just punched someone. Oh, my God. Oh, that's funny. Hello, Anthony. How are you? You don't like the Tennessee Ernie Ford episodes? Are you familiar with the series I Married Joan? Okay, here we go. The only thing, just out of courtesy, most people aren't doing this, but yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Never mind. Forget what I said. Are you familiar with the series I Married Joan? I've heard of it. I've never watched it. I've heard it was very like copying of I Love Lucy, and so that's one of the reasons why I'm not really too into it. I'm doing great, Will. Thanks for asking. It's very nice. How are you doing? There's a Lucy trivia book. There's tons of them. Yeah, I do recommend it. I made a whole video on it. You should take a look, Hannah, on the oh man, Milton Berle in drag. Oh, dressed as a woman in heels. I love when they wear heels like that. Even Bob Denver, Gilligan, when he wears heels in one episode, it's pretty funny. He actually wears them in 2 or 3 episodes. You've heard Lucy haunts an old studio where the show was taped. I don't know if it's true or not, Eric. I've heard the owners of her home say that they had to remodel it because her ghost was in there. Now, I don't know if I believe in this or not, but I'm bringing this to you because the owners actually believe this. Like, to spend all that money to remodel the house because they wanted to take her spirit out of there, that's pretty intense. Taisha, nice to see you. Don't forget, Taisha, you can come back and watch the rest of it, like whenever you're free. So, because it will be uploaded later on, you won't miss a second of it. Seems like there's something on the glass though. Hello, Kippy Boo. How are you? No, Brad, I by no means make a living off of this. This is more of a hobby. Now, there is some monetization that comes, but it's less than a part-time job. Like, it's really minimal. It's really minimal. I would have to get over 1 million subscribers to be even close to making a living on this. So, why do you think the children didn't go into show business? Well, they did, Ron. They did. Lucy Arnaz, Luck and Bill was pretty much in. She did a lot of theater, and she's still kind of doing a lot of theater. And it's arguable whether or not they became popular or not. But Lucy put him in the show. Like, she put him in show business. She put him in the Lucy show, both of them. So they were in show business. Do you think Lucy would work if it was a show now? No, I don't think so. The fact of her making fun of Desi would be an issue. It would be seen as, Cuban versus American type issue, which is a shame. But yes. Hello, Yolanda. How are you? Yes, Hannah, you are correct. All in the Family. Is that the one with Archie Bunker? Is that the one? Arthur, I'm speaking to you and your question. I appreciate that, Jatoris. Thank you so much. That's what it is. If you guys help me spread the channel, put it on your social media, if we get this community to grow, we'll get more people on here. Believe it or not, the bigger this channel gets, the more time I can dedicate to it, because it'll get bigger. People will be requesting more. The support, the monetary support will be larger, and I'll be able to dedicate more time to it. But as of now, it's just a hobby, and so I could do it when I can, and I upload pretty much every day, different content. So yes. Yeah, so Casey, you're right. In country music, Tennessee Ernie Ford is a big celebrity. Yep. He wasn't big at the time. Exactly. He doesn't get an applause when he first walks in. I think most people didn't know who he was. Remember, this was filmed in Los Angeles. And so many people probably didn't know who he was. They thought he was like a character actor. Ruckus movie offer. I don't know what that is. Sorry. Del Coronado. You mean Delmar? Eric, is that what you're alluding to, Del Coronado? Or am I mistaken? Because there's Delmar, California, and then there's Coronado, 2 different places. Or is there Del Coronado? I've never heard of that. I wish Gilligan's Island was on Hulu. I do have the first season. Well, there we go, Alec. The other seasons are on. I think maybe in the future I may do a giveaway. If the audience grows enough, I may do a giveaway where I give out the whole series at once. What do you think about that? When Lucy never can handle the finances, why wouldn't Ricky handle the money? Was that a thing back then? Housewives handling the money? It was, and I can tell you because that's how my grandpa did it, kind of thing. Like, my grandpa, he's still alive. My grandma isn't. My grandpa would give all the money to my grandma. She wouldn't work, and she would be, of course, like stay-at-home mom. And then she would handle all the grocery stuff, do all the financing, and he trusted her 100%. Like, he's like, I never checked the books ever. And that was just a thing. And so I think that was pretty common. Maybe that's just them. But then again, grandpa was a Latino family. And so maybe it was a Latino thing. I don't know. I can't speak for a traditional American family, so hopefully I'm answering it. Kippy Boo, it's nice to see you, even though you haven't been to live stream for a while. It's great. I'm glad you're here. Remember, you can watch them afterwards. Arthur Meathead. Oh, all because of data. I got you. I got you. Do I enjoy any of the current network sitcoms? Like, could you name me popular ones? Like, I know Big Bang. Like, what are other ones? Like, I could have to say no. Like, I really am trying to find something good. Maybe you guys can point me to something like current sitcom show, but I haven't really found anything that I would deem worthy of watching. Sitcom. Like, I like Walking Dead, even though that's losing steam. But yes. Are you a vamping me, ma'am? Brandon South, nice to see you. I think you're new on the chat. I don't remember seeing you. I like to reach out to new people who haven't been on the channel before. You love my content. Well, thank you. I appreciate you supporting it. I love that there are people in my generation that share this. So I'm guessing you're around the same age as me. That's awesome. Keep it up. Take care. Thank you. In the episode's Ricky movie offer, have you heard Lucy laugh in the background? It was corrected. I have to see at which point exactly. Brandon's Hotel del Coronado at Coronado. Yeah, well, that's the name of the hotel, right? Yep. If you can sit in the audience for the filming of an episode, which one would you pick? Well, my favorite. Well, no, not really. I can't say home movies because that wasn't filmed in front of a live audience. One of the only ones. Geez, there's so many. You know the ones I would want to see, either a Hollywood episode, the one with Bill Holden. I want to see that one live. I think I also would love to see one from Europe. So maybe the Paris one with the Bastille, with the translation. I think that'd be great because there's a lot of change in scenery, and I would love to see how that works. That would be awesome. It goes from the hotel to the street to the police station to the restaurant. It's a lot of locations. Well, thank you, Sierra. I appreciate that. That's sweet of you. In your opinion, worst spinoff show from the 60s, 70s? Oh, geez. That's putting me on the spot. Let's see. I don't know. Worst spinoff show? And, well, I don't know. I have to say, I have to think on that. I might have to get back to you on that. You know, Yolanda, there's not a lot of stuff. There's not a lot of stuff from the show that's still around. I know maybe some people secretly have it, you know, and so forth. Because some people may have the original stuff, but from what I know, it's a lot of the stuff is not around. Some of it may have been destroyed. They've recreated a lot of that stuff. And Lucy Arnaz Luckenbill does know about my channel, and I did correspond with her. That was cool. I want to correspond with her in the future, so stay tuned for that. I Love Lucy needs to be on Netflix. They got to buy the license for a while. I'm doing well, train support. Thank you. Young Sheldon is very good. Young Sheldon. Okay, so that's a new show. I think that's based off of Big Bang, is it? I haven't seen it myself. Marvelous Mrs. Maisel? I've never heard of that. I'm sorry. Oh, it's on Amazon Prime. I have Amazon Prime. Yes. Hey, Terry, how are you? We like Kevin Can Wait on Mondays. Oh, is that with Kevin James? Or am I totally off? I used to like the King and Queens. That was it, but it's not current. I'm sorry. I'm old fashioned, I guess. When Fred rips parts of the wall off. Now they're doing their stunts on top of it, which is funny because you can see the bottom of the stage there, and you can see it's not that high. That's pretty funny. Well, thank you, Train Supporter. My channel is growing. That's due to all of you guys and your support, because I'm putting out my content. Like, I'm putting out similar content. It's not like I'm putting out any more. I'm putting out the same amount. It's just people are discovering it, and so it's all due to you guys. Oh, yes, Roy Gomez. I want to read that. Will you do anything on Hogan's Heroes? Thank you. Oh, absolutely. See, let me tell you my problem with Hogan's Heroes. Because it's all about war and so forth, a lot of these episodes, like, they're very similar to each other. And so, to be honest, sometimes I get confused. There's some that stick out, like when Schultz goes to the dentist. I think that's hilarious. They're bringing back in the wheelbarrow. Yeah, there's a few episodes, but sometimes it's like bombs and espionage, and so some of them blend together. So I may have to do, I'll think of something, maybe some behind the scenes stuff. Although Bob Crane did have a a difficult life, let's just say. I don't want to say horrible life. I want to say a difficult life, a difficult end, much like George Reeves. Mysterious. And so maybe it was something with that, but I got to be really careful when I tread about Bob Crane and his personal life, because it's risque, and I want to keep it as G-rated as possible for sure. Do you know anything about the dog that played Fred? It's such a cute dog. It is, of course. I'm sure he's not around anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, a lot of these dogs and animals are definitely trained to be on camera. That's like all that they do, as well as a lot of the others, like the donkeys and the cows that were on in the European episodes. Yes, but I don't know much about that. Oh, B. Cooper, great question. Wow, a lot of new people. Thank you for coming in. I think YouTube is spreading this out to more people. Did Lucille Ball's mother attend performances? Every single taping. Every single taping, B. Cooper. Dee Dee Ball was at every single taping. She was well known as the uh-oh lay, the one who went, uh-oh. You can hear in the background. That was Dee Dee Ball. Alondras, you're correct. I would say that. Netflix has no chance. Although Hulu was able to buy the license for limited episodes. So they buy it for a limited time. So they're going to be off of Hulu eventually, unless they keep paying. But yes. Oh, I'm a pretty big fan, Super Saiyan, but they are, I have to say the OG. The OG. After they went to Turbo, like I'd lost interest after Turbo, or right in the Turbo range. If you know what that is. You may. I'm sure you knew. If they simply recreated the Derby in studio, because they recreated it. The outside shot was of the course, the brown Derby. Oh, absolutely 100% Bradness. That was not the real brown Derby. Okay, so guys, for the William Holden episode, Bradness brings up a good point. That is not the real Brown Derby. Okay, they did not go to the actual place. This was all in the studio. I have to make that super clear. Nothing was done on location except for very few scenes, like literally limited scenes. When Lucy and Ethel are walking to Richard Widmark's house, that's actually Lucy's real life house. And so when they're on the bridge in the California Here We Come, you see the car passing by, that's other actors playing that. That's about it. Yes. So there's very few limited events like that. Susan LaRouche. No, I do not know who that is. Kippy Boo. Yes, I was asked about the British comedy shows. I do love Mr. Bean. I do love, what's his name? Benny Hill. I do like them. Eric, you're referring to Bob Crane, correct? I believe, yes. He was murdered. Yes, unfortunately. It's just so weird because you just see the comedy and then you hear about the real life stuff, and it's like, it's definitely something I want to talk about, but at the same time, it's like, it's just so heavy. If you read on that, it's just like, oh, geez Louise. Katie in LA, Katie just asked a great question. She said, can you talk about where Hogan's Heroes was filmed? I can go right now and drive to the actual spot where they had the outside barracks of Hogan's Heroes. It is accessible. It is completely free. The thing is, I have to make a special video showing where it is because there's almost no remnants of it except for like little floor landmarks, which I can point out. It's crazy. I've been there and it was mind-blowing. I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to give too much away, but yes, that's great. Brad Forsyth, thank you for your what do you call it? Your donation. Thank you so much in the super chat. I was gonna say the future super chat. But yes, Brad, you're awesome. Thank you for your $5 donation. It's much appreciated. Chad also hit it great with 2 donations today. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much for that. Again, all these donations go for me to buy stuff like how can I explain it? Material for the channel. So my special mics, all this stuff that I get, recurrent stuff like books and DVDs for the giveaways. I want to pump up, and like I wish I could do a daily giveaway, a weekly giveaway with like amazing stuff, with like the whole I Love Lucy set with books and all that stuff. But again, it's it gets expensive. And so all these donations go for that. I want to give it back to you guys, whether it's through videos or that type of stuff. Is it true that Lucille Ball's mother didn't like Desi? I don't know, Arthur. I mean, now we're getting into touchy territory. Mother-in-law to son-in-law, I'll leave it at that. I don't know how much I can divulge. In his autobiography, Richard Keith said that he wanted to take the puppy. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did. So B. Cooper, great question. There were no laugh tracks on I Love Lucy. No laugh tracks. This was live audience laughter. People were in front, the cameras. So we have the cameras, and then we had the actors. And behind the cameras, you had an audience that would really laugh when it was funny. Yep. Now, they would use those laughs and recordings later on in other shows. But yeah, but technically there was no laugh track for I Love Lucy. Oh, I'm sure. Randy, I'm not surprised that Decades TV is showing I Love Lucy right now. Why? Because Lucy's shown everywhere. Everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Well, I do have to correct you on this because this is a big deal. Hogan's Heroes did not take place in a concentration camp. Concentration camp has to do with the Jewish people and other marginalized individuals that were killed, okay? This is a POW camp, prisoner of war camp, where soldiers were held in relatively humane conditions. They had to have been because the Red Cross would come over there. And so they're making light of that type of situation. So I do want to make a difference. The actors always made that distinction. This is not a concentration camp. It's a POW camp. It's a camp where they held prisoners and they had to abide by the Geneva Convention. They got chocolate. They got mail from their families. They had to have certain things and certain rights. So I just want to make that clear. Okay. MMPR and Zio were the best. Yes, yes. MMPR was my thing. Who's your favorite Ranger of all time? I loved Amy Jo Johnson for the girl and Jason David Frank. Jason David Frank is like, but Walter Emmanuel Jones is great. Oh, I don't know if this will mean anything to you, Super Saiyan people, but I have an autograph from Rocky here. The one who took over for the Red Ranger. And then I also have Billy's autograph somewhere. I put it somewhere else. But I have Billy's and I have Walter Emmanuel Jones too. So yeah, I don't have Austin St. John or Jason David Frank yet. But yeah, some people don't know what we're talking about. These are Power Rangers. And yeah, so I'm big into that. Jared, thanks for doing what you're doing. Well, I appreciate that. You grew up watching I Love Lucy, The Three Stooges, and other old shows as well, and old movies. Great. Do you like the Marx Brothers too? Do you like Gilligan's Island? I do all these shows. I love this stuff. I eat it up. Good question, Hannah. So the same people, like exclusive people, like Dee Dee, Lucy's mom would come to every taping, but usually people would come in. It would be different people for the most part, the majority of those people. So Eric, great question. People are donating money honestly out of the goodness of their hearts because it's a thing that people do. It's part of the live stream. There's no requirement to do that. I always say that YouTube and my videos will be free. Some people charge to watch their videos. I'm not going to do that. I want to keep all my content free. But some people send me stuff, letters. Some people send me photos of themselves saying, "Hey, this is me. I watch your stuff. Thank you." And so some people are gracious enough to donate, and I appreciate that. Like, that's really cool. Okay, let's see here. La Belvier, well, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoy my I Love Lucy videos. Did Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz ever work together again, like on one of the other Lucy shows or on specials? Not that I know of. Yeah. The DVDs have homogenized laugh tracks. In the original, you can hear Ricky. Well, that's the whole point. You can hear Ricky because you can hear him sometimes and you can't on the other time because although they may sound similar, they're real. They're 100% real. They're people reacting to it. If you notice, sometimes people don't laugh as much, but the force of the laughter changes throughout the show. And if you really pay attention, you can hear individual people laughing. Now you can hear similar people laughing, like in the crew, because although it's technically one mic was used for everything, one audio source. And so these things are homogenized. Like you can hear Desi, but you can hear the crew and you can also hear the actors. And so, yes, but Alec, how did I get those autographs? My brother got them for me. He went to like Power Morphicon because I'm a weirdo and I don't go to stuff like that, which I should. I should go to more conventions. He got them for me as a present, so he was awesome. Exactly, Brandon. Studio audiences were different every week. Free tickets were made available and people would go repeatedly. Right, people would go repeatedly. I mean, they would want to fill them up, and it was here in LA, so if there were people, they would come in. Yes, great. I'm glad that you typed that up. Sometimes you guys can type up things a lot clearer than I can say them. I've never watched My Three Sons, believe it or not. But I heard people say they really like it. Dick Van Dyke is fairly good as well. A lot of people like that show as well. Oh man. You know, Ron, that's a great question. What part would I have played? I would have played like a minor part. Like I would have liked to be Bobby in the hotel because I would have been the Hollywood episodes, or like King Cat Walsh in the Lucy Gets Her Eyes Examined, although I can't really dance. But just like a minor character. I don't even need to be big. Just let me come in and out. Let me be like Bennett Green, who's in like every episode in the background. Like I'll be that guy, but I'll be in the back and then I'll be like, you know, like pretending like I'm talking to someone, then I'll like look at the camera. That would be me. That would be me like 60 years after I'm dead, but like everyone's watching me. Yep. That'd be me lurking in the background. Lucy did wear her real ring on the set. Desi did too, but he usually would take it off because it was hard while he was drumming. So he usually wouldn't wear it. So if he had his ring on, he probably wasn't going to play the drums in that scene. In the pilot, he forgets to take his ring off and he's playing, and then in the middle of playing, he takes it off and then he continues playing. Kind of cool. Oh, so Hannah, so Lucy would get custom-made dresses for the show. Not all the time, but most of the time. Ethel did not, or Vivian did not, Ricky and Fred did not. Yes. Maybe Super Cyan, maybe. I love the original Megazord. I have them. And so, yeah, I don't know if I did because I don't want to put too much on my channel. And it like, you know, like it'll really put, like I want to make things match, but maybe in the future. Like, I don't know. I may, because they're all alive. Most of them. Trini is no longer with us. But yes. I do. La Belleville. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but I have got a post office box. It should be in the description, in the link in the description. It's like an address, and you can send whatever you'd like there. It'd be awesome, and I'll feature in a future unboxing. You like the unboxing videos, Brad? Try to think of something good to send. Knowing me, it'll probably be food. Food! I like food. I eat food too. It's a fact. Did Desi hire professional laughers to get people to laugh? I don't know about that. I don't want to say yes or no because I don't know if it was like a sneaky thing. I don't know. I don't want to say yes or no. If I'm not sure, I'd rather say I'm not sure. Were the I Love Lucy and the Comedy Hour done in the same studio? Yes, there were 2 studios. 1 to season 2 were done in one location, which I made a video on. Seasons 3 to 6 plus the Comedy Hour were done in the other location, which I did a video on. Yes. I love the Candy Factory episode where Ricky gets hit with the chicken. Yes, that's a great one as well. Let me see, because the episode is ended, guys and gals. My all-time favorite episode, love to read, is Home Movies and Bonus Bucks. Those 2. Was the orchestra playing live? Yes. All the music that you hear was played literally. So the scene was here. Go a couple facades down, and the orchestra was playing all that music that you would hear all the time. The intros, the outro, all that. Oh, I would do the awesome. I would do an awesome jitterbug with Lucy if I practiced so much with her because I knew she loved to practice and she was a perfectionist. So yeah, I would so do that. Absolutely. Send me cookies. You guys want to make me fat. Is that what you want to do? I do love cookies, though, but you guys want to make me fat. So much sugar, but I love them. Yes. You love the unboxing videos. Well, thank you. You were so in love with Trini back then. I know. It's so hard. I hate that. I think you're right. That was, oh man, what was his name? I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. Alan Jenkins. He plays Officer Jenkins as well, I think, a few times on I Love Lucy. Hannah, I've not met Lucy Luckenbill. Lucy Hernandez Luckenbill. I've talked to her though on Facebook. What happened to the kid who played Little Ricky? Well, 6 actors played Little Ricky. 2 sets of twins. So that's, and then we have a little newborn, and then we have Richard Keith. And I am in contact with Joe Mayer, who is one of the twins, the Mayer twins. It is awesome. All right, you know how if you go see a show taping, they have a cue for the audience to react? Did they have that back then? They would like encourage people in the beginning, but once they would warm you up to jokes and stuff like that, you just kind of go with it. You don't need that person encouraging you because everything would be dark except for the scene. And so, yeah, that's kind of what they did at the I Love Lucy Live. And so, yeah. Home Movies and Bonus Books is on this morning. I watched it last night or 2 nights ago. How did I first start watching Lucy? Watching the show? I watched it when I was 3 years old. It was after Saturday morning cartoons, and I just started watching. It was fun. You Vance with Dan Johnson. With Dan Johnson. Well, thank you guys so much. Happy to Easter to all of you guys. And someone asked my birthday. It's August 13th. Yes, the same day as Alfred Hitchcock and Fidel Castro. I will take that one out. But yeah, Alfred Hitchcock. Oh, and Annie Oakley, the female sharpshooter. See you guys and gals. Watch the Seance episode. Well, awesome. Have a great week. I don't know why I was reading. I was like reading what I was going to say. Thank you so much for watching, guys and gals. If you missed any of this, be sure and go watch because you can watch all 55 minutes and 36 seconds of this live stream. I do appreciate it. Much love, much hugs. Thank you again for your donations, for your support, for your love, for your thumbs up, for your subscriptions, for everything. I do appreciate it. We'll see you next time. And don't forget, be hopeful.